Remind me, the first public hearing, I got to submit some emails. Public record.
But more important, thank you.
All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the May 21st, 24 Hempstead Town Board meeting. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Yes. Supervisor Clavin.
Here.
Councilman Creany.
Here.
Councilman Dunn.
Here.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Here.
Councilwoman Miller.
Here.
Councilman Muscarella.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Here.
I'm going to ask Councilwoman Miller to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand, place your hand over your heart, and join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic
Which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all. Before we start today's meeting, as many of you just came from outside, we just had a wonderful ceremony raising the Israeli flag. We had a wonderful turnout of our local seniors that are off to colleges. And before we start today's town program, I'd like to invite three distinguished individuals to come up and receive a certificate in recognition of today's ceremony, of course. And I'd like to ask the town board, the town clerk, to join me in it, as we are very unified in not only loving America, but we love Israel right here in the town of Hempstead. We'd love to have a nice photo and present you with a proclamation, if that's okay with you. Thank you all. So,
Our strongest ally.
absolutely. God bless America. God bless Israel. They were great.
Did you see? Thank you kindly, sir.
All right. Madam Clerk, please call the first public hearing.
I turn off my phone. We have the petition of the Commissioner of Buildings to demolish and remove a two-story wood frame structure with flat roof and to remove all litter and debris from a property located in Merrick.
Okay. Any member of the board wish to be heard on this? I do have a slip on this. Nevin Bardian, if you can come to the back and give your name and address for the record. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Morning. I'm Nevin Baratian, 23 Chadwick Road, Great Neck, New York, 11023.
Okay. Any comment on the first?
I'm the owner of the property. I inherited the eyesore. I've owned it for a little over a year now. I just arranged all my financing, and we've just submitted plans as of a month ago. It's still in review, but we have plans for the property.
Okay. I know, and I respect the fact that you've taken over the property. It was once a famous watering hole for Lester, counsel to the whole. Don't joke aside, it used to be a restaurant there, and it has been a public eyesore for a while. And I know the town has received many complaints, as well as the councilman. I know that today's buildings commissioner for the petition to demolish it and remove the two-story wood frame structure. We are respectful. We do try and work with businesses that are trying to, improve and make the town a better-looking location. However, we also have to take the interest of the residents who live in the area. And like I said, I pass it quite a bit. I'm familiar with the area all too well, as I know that Councilman Carini has received a lot of complaints. Councilman, is there any sort of thoughts on this?
Well, right here, I do have a folder from residents of multiple letters of support to demolish this property. I'd like to submit it to official record, clerk. So the issue we have with this property is, do you also own the property immediately behind it's also boarded up, that business as well? Okay, so you're a separate owner from that. Well, as you can see, Merrick has now 3 total boarded up buildings along Sunrise Highway, and this has become a problem for the residents, I know the chambers come forward to me, the civics have come forward to me, community groups. So you've owned this property a little over a year, correct? And how recently did you submit these plans?
Plans went in about a month and a half ago.
So around the time the wind of this process was starting. So there was no movement for plans the first year you had it?
I was arranging financing and just figuring out what's going to happen with the property.
Okay. We're going to wait to hear some other residents too, but in the past, for an eyesore like this that's been there for years, I know we've only took it over a year and a half ago. Normally, we listen to the community and we usually do pass the demolition, but we hold off for 30 days if you're showing movement. Are you moving very quickly to try to fix this property?
Yeah, we're actually just waiting for the building department to review our plans.
Okay.
Give us
Okay.
permit approval.
I know I have Acting Commissioner Leo here. Let me, before I bring the questions, I don't have any other slips on item number 1. Is there anybody else in the public that want to be heard on this item? Okay. Commissioner, if I'm correct, sometimes we've passed these resolutions, but we've worked with individuals to give them the ability to demonstrate they want to make the improvement, and with your department, who's, just do a tremendous job. Is that about accurate?
Absolutely, we'll work with them.
Okay. And they said they submitted the plan. So what I will tell you is, maybe after the meeting, we make Danny stick around for a little while. After the meeting, maybe you could find some time with him to work with it. We understand you want to seek an improvement. You're submitting plans. At the same time, we just have to move some things forward. But we try and be a little ability to kind of work with businesses. Is that fair, Councilman? Okay. All right. So we'll do the vote, but then you're going to meet with the building commissioner after, and we'll stay on top of this and work with you. Okay? Great. All right.
Thank you.
All right. I don't have any other slips. Then may I please have a motion?
I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella. Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Danny.
And those emails from,
Oh, sorry. No.
from Councilman Carini from your Merrick residents will be made part of the official record.
And if you could just stick around for a little bit after, and the commissioner will meet with you in the back to work with you, okay? Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, can you please call the next item?
Yes, we have a proposed local law regarding regulations and restrictions to limit parking in West Hempstead.
Any member of the board wish to be heard? I do not have any slips. Any member of the public that did not sign in wishes to be heard? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second motion.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed local law regarding parking or standing prohibitions in Elmont, Oceanside, and Seaford.
All right. Any member of the board wish to be heard? All right. I do not have any slips of the public. Anybody wish to be heard in this item that did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second it.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed local law regarding arterial stops in Merrick, Oceanside, Wantagh, and West Hempstead.
All right. Any member of the board wish to be heard? I do not have any slips. Did anybody wish to be heard that did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed local law regarding traffic regulations in the vicinity of schools in Merrick and North Merrick.
All right. Any member of the board wish to be heard? I do not have any slips on this item. Anybody who wishes to be heard did not sign in. If not, may I please have a motion?
I move that the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Yes.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed local law regarding gross weight restrictions to repeal resolution number 1592-1959 in relation to heavy vehicles restrictions upon certain town highways in Wantagh.
Okay, any member of the board wish to be heard? All right, do not have any slips. Anybody who did not sign in wishes to be heard? If not, okay. If you would please go to the back and give your name and address. Thank you.
I prefer to call this the middle. I don't speak from the back of any room. Rita J. Maraday.
Ms.
just
Maraday,
had some-
please, thank you so much.
I'm finishing, I'm on my 3 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, thank
With
you.
regard to the item, I just need some clarification, and I can ask for about 6, 7, and 8, so I don't have to keep standing up. What is the requirements for this, and what is the enforcement for those who violate these restrictions?
If you give your name and
Thomas Reed,
address.
representing Traffic Control Division. Yes, these are existing weight limitations that we have on these roadways in Beltog Avenue in Wantagh, and we're currently expanding the zone to cover more streets in the area. So basically, it's going to be an enforcement issue and to keep the trucks from going down the residential streets.
Okay, so my question is, how are you going to increase the enforcement? Because there are more trucks, aside from the ones that get stuck on Southern State Parkway, but there are more trucks that are exceeding the weight that are going through residents, including Wantagh, Merrick, Baldwin, et cetera. So how is this going to be enforced?
Well, that will be up to the local policing to do the enforcement. They would have to set up special operations in order to check all the proper paperwork for the truck drivers and to see what kind of loads they have in their trucks. So basically, it'd be the local enforcement by the local police.
So as of this moment, there's no actual plan that's in place for enforcement. This really is just for the regulation, but you haven't put any plan in place with Nassau County Police or local law enforcement to
Just
address.
so you know, Ms. Maraday, Nassau County Police enforce these laws. They'll be informed of it, and I have all the faith in Commissioner Ryder and the local precinct that they will do a great job working to enforce all the regulations and laws that are passed as they've done every single day.
Okay, I appreciate all that, and I'm on the Commissioners Council, so I'm very much aware of what
And I appreciate
Ryder
that
is
as well.
doing. But I was speaking with the commissioner with regard to just asking if there was an actual plan. Enforcement is one thing, but in
Well,
terms of advising the
since
neighborhood.
you're on the
resident-
council, I guess you could talk to the commissioner about his plan.
Okay, again, if I could finish my statement, you don't want people to interrupt you. I'd appreciate if you would give me the same courtesy during my,
Ms. Maraday, I was just trying to help you,
I don't need
as
help.
we always do here in the town of Hempstead.
Where we need assistance, you don't provide it.
Oh, I disagree with you.
So as I said, with regard to, are there going to be does this mean new signage is going to be put up? Are you working with any local trucking organizations? Again, I'm asking if there's some type of plan as opposed to just putting these regulations out there and they have no teeth. And then when something happens, residents then want to complain. And then you say, well, it wasn't up to us. It was up to the police department or whatever.
Well, as I stated before, that these are existing weight limitations for these roads. We're just expanding the zone area for it. So these signs have been up. We'll get fresh new signs up, and I believe the police departments do get notified of any new regulations for the weight limitation. So if a resident complains about any trucks, then we would gladly notify the local precinct.
And you did mention that there are other locations that we're going to have this, you're going to expand to other locations. Will there be any public notification as to the other areas where this is going to be enhanced or?
Well, we'll just be installing additional signage along Old Mill Road and Beltog Avenue in Wantagh. It'd be north of Sunrise Highway and then east of Belmar Avenue.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Any other residents wish to be heard? If not, may I please have a motion?
Okay, I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second motion.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed local law regarding gross weight restrictions in Wantagh.
All right, any member of the board wish to be heard?
You know what, we have.
Oh, yep, okay. All right, I do not have any slips on this item. Anybody wish to be heard that did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a third proposed local law regarding gross weight restrictions by the repeal of 2 locations in Wantagh.
All right, any member of the board wish to be heard? All right, any slips on this item? Anybody wishes to be heard on this item and do not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I
the
move.
Public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
That's an aye.
Councilman Carini.
Chris?
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn. Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
We have a proposed handicapped parking on public streets in Elmont and Oceanside.
All right, any member of the board wish to be heard? All right, have any slips in this item? Anybody wish to be heard did not sign in? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second motion.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder. Oh, sorry. Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
All right, Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
Yes, we have an item to consider authorizing the Town of Hempstead Sanitary District Number 6 to sell at auction surplus machinery and equipment.
All right, do any member of the board wish to be heard? All right, I do not have any slips. Anybody wish to be heard that did not sign in on this item? If not, may I please have a motion?
I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
All right, Madam Clerk, please call the next item.
Yes, we have the proposed local law regarding applicant funding for certain environmental quality review.
Any member of the board wish to be heard? I do not have any slips in this item. Anybody wishes to be heard? Please join us at the mid-located mic. Thank you.
I do like the fact that there's a podium here for a change.
I'm glad you like it at the new location.
Anyway, I just need some information about this application and what area did it cover?
Town Attorney? Number 11?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
It is not an application, it's actually a proposal to change the town code. Historically, the town has required developers to pay our consultants when we need expert consultants to review certain projects. So this is codifying what the town has done all along, at least in my tenure for the 2 years that I've been here. So if we need some experts, whether it be environmental or in zoning, we're going to require certain developers, big projects, not if somebody wants to put a deck on their house, but big projects, to enter into escrow agreements with the town and pay for our legal and expert environmental consultants.
Okay, and why is this of importance now in 2024 if we haven't been doing this before?
Well, to give you an example, the casino came to town and we executed an agreement with them. Could make an argument that's well over $100,000 in expert costs. If somebody's coming to the town and they want to develop a certain piece of property, all of the town residents should not bear the cost of that. It's a common procedure in many, many other municipalities. It's been a common procedure in the town of Hempstead. We're just codifying it.
I see. And for many of us who do not want the casino because of what it's going to do, not only on the top, but when you talk about environmental quality, it's going to add to wastewater and expand the already damaging Grumman plume. I'm just concerned because it says applicant funding. So usually when it says anything that has to do with funding, taxpayers are involved anyway. So that's why I'm just trying to understand.
Just the opposite. Just
Okay.
the opposite.
So this is just the opposite of putting the burden on the taxpayer.
Absolutely.
I see. And then this becomes a part of the town code moving forward, or does it have any type of, backdating for some of the projects that have already taken place or potential projects that we hope do not take
It's always
place?
been our procedure in the town, at least almost 2 years that I've been here, to do that. So all of the projects that might require this expertise with certain outside consultants have been required to pay, and they will be continue to be required to pay.
And then who determines the actual experts, the consultants? How are they hired? What is
Well, the town board recommendations from the building department, from the town attorney's office, and other engineering commissioner. They make recommendations to the town board, and ultimately the town board approves them all.
Okay, but those recommendations are based upon what, state, federal requirements? Because again, the town seems to lack in that outreach as far as inclusiveness.
We disagree with that respectfully. We follow all the state and requirements on all the
You
applications.
follow the requirements, but the numbers don't speak the same with the actual
Again, I
evidence.
disagree. Please, I do respectfully say we follow all
And
the
I
rules and procedures.
respectfully
Okay, I
decline
mean,
your
I know you like to make up
respectfully-
facts
No,
that don't
make up
exist.
anything. I
No,
don't
you
make up
are.
anything. Where's your diversity audit? If that's, prove me wrong then. Where's your diversity audit to prove me wrong?
Ms. Meredith, do you
So
have any
back to the
questions on this law?
Back to the issue at hand.
Thank
So
you.
speaking to the town attorney. I don't mind. You interrupted me, so I don't have any problem interrupting you when it's your time. Anyway, so this is going to start, so actually it's going to come in effect once you vote on it today.
It's going to continue. It's just going to codify what the town's been doing all along.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Have a great day. Anybody else wish to be heard on this item? If not, may I have a motion?
I move that the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin?
Aye.
Councilman Carini? Okay, Councilman Dunn?
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller? No? Okay, we need some people here.
Do you want to vote on this, Chris? Did you want to vote on this?
Okay, Councilman Carini?
On
Your vote?
item number 11?
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller on
Deputy
item number 11?
Supervisor
Okay,
Gooseby and Councilwoman Miller are recorded as ayes.
Great.
Did I get Councilwoman Ryder?
Aye.
Okay.
don't forget her. Please, Madam Clerk, call the next item.
Yes, we have a proposed local law regarding codifying years of biennial town elections.
Okay, any member of the board wish to be heard? Okay, I do not have any slips in this item. Anybody wishes to be heard that did not sign in? Please, join us at the mid-located mic there, or just give your name and address.
Yes, in the middle of the room. So,
Good.
Please, name and address. Thank you. No, Miss, you're there first?
okay, no worries. Okay, again, codifying. We're in 2024, and it seems to me that if these things were already in place, they should have had some kind of designation that were a part of the town code. Because it seems to warrant that there may have been the possibility in the past, or someone's trying to shore up something in the future to either protect their own interest or ideally look out for the interest of the public. So if you could explain why we're codifying, as it says in the document, years of biennial town elections.
Ms. Meredith, since 1901, the town has had elections on a biannual basis. In fact, in 1966, when the town board went from 4 to 6 at-large councilmatic districts, there was a specific resolution, as indicated in the resolution, that set the dates for those specific offices. Further, and Deputy Supervisor Gooseby is here, in a landmark decision, a federal judge set our election dates. And finally, in 2013 and 2023, when we redistricted, those dates for the biannual elections were established. It failed to mention some of the other town officials, such as the clerk, the supervisor. So we are codifying right now the fact that they, in fact, are elected on a biannual basis and have been since 1901.
Okay. So, okay, when you mentioned 2013, when you said redistricting, some people may call gerrymandering. Again, this is, again, just kind of cleaning up the record, so to speak.
We do it all the time.
Okay. I just find it interesting that all of a sudden things are, getting tightened up now. And it gets very misleading when you give the impression that there's something that's possibly going on.
Well, what's misleading about this? Did I miss something? Has there not been a biannual election since 1901? Did not Deputy Supervisor be involved in a lawsuit where a federal judge ordered the town to have certain elections on certain dates?
Well, let's talk about
Didn't
deputy
redistrict
supervisor,
just
because
last
that's
year?
not an elected position. So if you're codifying something, are you now codifying what is generally a ceremonial position?
Ms.
So if you have a
Meredith,
deputy
Meredith,
supervisor and you have a councilwoman, so I'm asking with regard to the actual language that speaks to, you're the town attorney.
Right,
So you're more familiar with what's in this book. I don't have the time, nor should I have to go through the books to actually see what's specific to the codes that most are not following anyway.
Most respectfully, the supervisor, the clerk, the receiver of taxes are not, or the town board members are not ceremonial positions, okay? And each and every year, okay, since 1901, they've run on a biannual basis. So you're right, we are cleaning up certain things, as we did with the resolution before that, and you can be sure that town boards over the next few months and the next few years will be recodifying things to make sure they're clearer for people like you who weren't sure as to what we were doing.
I didn't say I wasn't sure. I just like to be informed. Why would I not know this? But you mentioned the deputy supervisor, so that is not an elected position, is it or is it not?
The federal lawsuit that I referred to was most definitely a very impactful thing in the town of
I'm not saying the individual, I'm
And
saying the
that was
position.
what I was referring
Is
to.
deputy
Ms.
supervisor
Meredith,
an
Ms. Meredith.
elected position or not?
Most
Is it or
respectfully,
not?
John,
Yes or no?
Supervisor, just one more comment because she asked me. Number
And
one,
he told me he runs the meeting before when I couldn't get my 3 minutes.
deputy supervisor position is absolutely in the code, and having the honor over the last almost 2 years to work with the deputy supervisor, it is most definitely not a ceremonial position, okay? I don't know anybody in town hall who works harder than her.
Again, I'm talking about what's on the books. I'm not talking about the individual. And you still haven't answered. Is the deputy supervisor an elected
Ms. Meredith,
position?
Ms. Meredith,
I still have 48
No,
minutes. I
no.
still have, it's on, New York state law does not
Meredith,
list it as a elected position, yes
Ms.
or no?
Meredith, Ms. Meredith, again, we're dealing with item number 12. You're going into
And it's talking about the codes. It's talking about biennial
No, Ms.
elections.
Meredith,
Is it or is it not an
Ms.
elected
Meredith, Ms.
position?
Meredith.
Yes or no? Okay, I already know
Ms.
the answer to the, I already know the answer to the question.
Ms. Meredith, the town attorney has respectfully answered it to number.
And I'm just discussing it with him. If you would let me.
If you'd like to have a discussion with him, you could set up an appointment for a
I
letter
have
to, and
24
perhaps he meet you.
seconds. I have 22 as you're talking during my time, but you don't want anybody to interrupt you. As you
People
told residents
interrupt
from
me all the time.
Baldwin when they came here about a project that now is going forward without the voices of the public.
Right.
I still have 10 seconds left that I plan to use. Thank you very much. And Mr. Town Attorney, I do appreciate you being able to discuss respectfully.
Ms. Meredith,
my
always a
issues.
pleasure, and thank you for acknowledging
It's
my
not, but it's
the
all
great
right.
Deputy Supervisor, Dorothy Gooseby, who does a tremendous job, and she's awesome at it. Is there anybody else that wishes to be heard, sir? If you could give your name and
Yes.
address to the record.
Good morning. My name is Michael Turi. I'm a resident of Lynbrook.
Can't hear
Good
you.
morning, everyone, supervisor and town
Morning.
board members. So the state legislature duly elected assembly and state senate, and the governor signed even-year elections to align with the federal elections in New York State. Is there any reason why this is necessary?
Well, I can't speak to what the state
Why
legislature
does
did.
this need to be codified? Weren't these elections changed to be in even years?
Like I said, it's a matter of opinion that's going to be litigated, and that's we're going to move it forward.
It's the opinion of this town board that
It's the unified opinion of the bipartisan Town of Hempstead Board that we feel the elections were improperly changed by a backroom deal by the state senate, assembly, and the governor. Absolutely. And
Duly elected
in a bipartisan,
duly elected
in a open and a bipartisan effort, as well as other jurisdictions, absolutely think that this is going to diminish the interest of local races and have them lost. And duly, we also think it violates state and federal law.
Yeah, okay. Do you know what it also diminishes? The turnout of voters on odd year elections. The purpose of this bill was to increase at the state level, was to increase public engagement, to have more people involved in the political process, rendering their opinion on, the elections. And this goes against that. And I'd like to know, Do you have a fundamental problem with the increased voter
Listen,
numbers?
listen, I'm not going to get into the debate. All I've said is the bipartisan town board has decided to do this. And you know what? You can come up with the fake analogies of it's going to increase or change voter turnouts, and in reality, it doesn't even affect all the races.
It's not fake, but it might be.
No, it is. It is.
Opinion.
In addition, we do recognize that our friends in New York City don't have to have those same changes done by the one-party backroom deals in Albany, but that's okay. I'm
Their
sure you weren't
duly
upset about that as well.
officials did not choose to do what our duly elected officials did choose to do.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's all I have to say right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome.
By the way,
Anybody else wish to be heard on
can I
this
say
item?
one more thing? It's freezing in here.
Turn it down another couple of
Please,
degrees.
could you?
So, listen, anybody else have anything to add? If not, may I have a motion?
We can agree on that.
Yeah, okay, yeah. A motion, please?
I move that the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
I second the motion.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the first item on the decision calendar.
Yes, the first decision classifies the acquisition via eminent domain of the property located at 434 Hempstead Turnpike in West Hempstead, and the future use of that property for the public recreation as an unlisted action, and adopting a negative declaration pursuant to the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act.
Can I get a motion on the decision?
I move that,
Okay.
excuse me, you want to go? Go.
Yeah. Okay, I move that the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second the motion.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
All right, Madam Clerk, please call the next item on the decision calendar.
Yes, the next decision is a resolution adopting a determination and findings to appropriate by eminent domain certain property in West Hempstead located at 434 Hempstead Turnpike in West Hempstead.
All right, can I have a motion on the decision calendar?
I move the public hearing be closed and the board adopt the item.
Second the motion.
Thank you.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Okay. Madam Clerk, please call the administrative calendar.
Yes, on the administrative calendar, we have items 15 through 53.
All right, does any member of the board wish to speak on anything in the administrative calendar? Okay, I have one slip in the administrative calendar. Ms. Meredith? Please join us at the bid-located microphone. Thank you.
It's a shame, that designated property, room for recreation. We got homeless veterans, including the hundreds that pass through a stand down as we speak. But let's build another recreation center in what could have been housing, not only for our veterans, but maybe for our young people to try to keep them here. Anyway, before I get admonished, because I need to focus on the admin calendar in my limited 3 minutes. Number 23, where? Number 37, why can't
One
we?
at a time, Ms. Meredith.
Well, you know,
What was
the
the
clock
first one,
keeps
Ms.
ticking,
Meredith?
so as people are moving
No, Ms.
around.
Meredith, we're trying to address it. What was your first one?
37,
I thought you didn't have one in the 20s?
23.
Oh, okay, you did have one in the 20s.
Good morning, everyone. Brian Kunzig, Commissioner of Engineering. Item 23 is our landscaping contract. It's a pass-through if any residents want to do tree planting in the utility strip. We offer it as a pass-through cost. It's on request.
So residents can request that on pass-through on the strip?
They'll have to pay for it, but yeah.
Okay, but you're able to work something out with residents?
Yeah, and it's all listed on the town website.
Okay. Yeah, well, a lot of people don't have access to the website, but I'll talk to you later so I can let residents know. Thank you. 37. Establishing fees for the sale of distribution to senior citizens. Really? You have more sponsors giving out breakfasts and stale donuts for like political patrons and donors. We can't do something for our seniors?
What?
To give them go ahead.
What? No, what did you just say?
Nothing. It's on the
Well, no, you
record.
clearly said something, but I don't
I
understand what you're
did, but I
saying.
don't repeat it.
Ms.
Go ahead.
Faraday,
I'm Commissioner Murphy of the Department of Senior Enrichment. These are prices for food and beverage items that are sold during our senior program down at the Sands at a subsidized level. So these are really great opportunities for our seniors who participate primarily at our Sands location in the summer to be able to avail themselves of a very reduced price on a good and nutritious lunch and or breakfast.
Why can't it be free, complimentary, or funded? And you mentioned Sands, Commissioner Murphy, and I believe you and I had a conversation before when we were talking about how seniors can get access to these certain locations, and you said maybe they can take a couple of buses, because a lot of my seniors in Baldwin can't get to the Sands.
Hold on, Commissioner Murphy, it is, correct me if I'm wrong, we actually have the buses at the senior centers to bring them down.
Yes, we do.
On a daily basis, because I know I've seen my friends down there from the Baldwin Senior Center along with Kate and everybody else in the program. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, all right.
There's still other seniors in Baldwin, Roosevelt, Uniondale, et cetera, but
It's funny, but we actually have buses that go to all those communities as well and bring them down. And how many people a week are you getting down?
On my time and your time. Either way, it's my
We
time.
are getting approximately 2,000 people.
2,000 people a week down there throughout the town of Hempstead.
So
Compliments.
however you have them down there, you should be able to give them some refreshments for free. That's just my point. Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, when I look at these contracts that I have no listing here for minority women, veteran-owned, service-disabled veteran-owned businesses, it is becoming a requirement for the most part to list that, if not necessarily that, a courtesy that we're actually identifying these organizations and these entities who also pay taxes, who feel underserved in this community. But I mean, if you need to have, how did you put it? I thought that was interesting that you said New York State backroom dealing. There's no more backroom dealing than you have here in Nassau County, but in the town of Hempstead. Again, because the town of Hempstead is within the county of Nassau. So I just find it just disingenuous, which was the word that was used against me, that you talk about something so vehemently when you're practicing it more so right here where we live and unfortunately pay some of the highest taxes in the country. I've used my time. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else wish to hear the administrative calendar? Okay, if you please come to the mid-located microphone and give your name and address.
My name is Michael Torrey, and I live in Lynbrook. I have questions on two items, which is 21.
Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Gotta go back there.
Resolution authorizing and ratifying, confirming the payments for veterinary services.
Commissioner, if you identify yourself.
Good morning. Jerry Marino, Commissioner, Department of General Services for the town of Hempstead. This resolution was put out by the Purchasing Department for yearly requirements for off-site veterinary services. There were 3 respondents. We accepted them all. They were all in the right limitations, and our department is recommending all of them to the board.
Okay, Rockland Veterinary Emergency, VGA Animal Hospitals, and Veterinary Medical Center of Long Island?
That's correct.
Are these the services that the animal shelter would have provided, or are they additional services that otherwise wouldn't have been provided?
Well, it's a little of both. We have 2 veterinarians that are on staff at the animal shelter, but sometimes when certain tests are needed that we don't have the ability to do, they'll be sent out. Or emergencies in the middle of the night when the police will bring a dog that's gravely ill, we'll send it to a 24-hour veterinary service that's able to handle the animal.
Okay, is there any particular reason why the value of these awards were not listed? How much are these folks getting paid each?
These are requirement contracts, so everyone's prices are slightly different.
Ballpark?
I have no idea.
Tens of thousands?
All I could tell you is we have over $1 million in the budget for these services. I don't think we'll use that much, but it's always better to have extra. I just wouldn't have them. The purchasing department would have them. Some are a little higher than others. That's why I use all 3, because someone would be cheaper on one item and not the other.
Is it reasonable to let the public see how much this cost?
You're more than welcome to see.
Okay, my suggestion is that, I had to pull this out of the minutes and stuff. They could have been listed here for the public to know. That's all I have to say about that. My next issue is on item 53, I think, the final one. So you're rescinding the North Lawrence Inwood Overlay District after all the years of work that went in that then Councilman Blakeman did ably bring to the community to show the people and stakeholders there. This is to say goodbye to that? It's a public hearing to do so?
If we're having a public hearing, if you'd like to come down and give your thoughts on it, feel free.
Well, I'm considering it, but my biggest concern about it is what happened to all the nighttime meetings this summer, Supervisor? I don't see any until October 15th. How is someone supposed to come and get involved and offer their opinion if they have to miss work to do it, or have to miss taking care of a loved one, or some other situation? Why do all the meetings down here, June 4 a.m., June 18 a.m., July 2 a.m., July 2 a.m., up till October 15th, your required budget hearing? What happened to the night meetings?
We've had ample nighttime meetings, and we've had people complain. We've had nighttime meetings because during the evening, they want to spend time with their families, or go to their children's sporting events, or spend time with their spouse, or just be home. So it seems that's hold on. You asked a question. I'm going to help you answer it now. We've had a number of nighttime meetings, and we have a number of daytime meetings. So there's an absolute balance.
But there are no more nighttime meetings until October. No one is getting the chance to come and share their.
Well, you're here right now. I mean, you're a local guy. You must work local, right?
I do.
Where do you work?
That's not.
That's what I'm saying. So you work local, so you had some freedom to come here today, just like a lot of the other residents. And we also hear complaints of residents who don't want the nighttime meeting. So we try and do a great balance.
Come on. Who do you think you're kidding? You're choosing not to let the public come by limiting the times that they have a chance to come share the information with you.
Can I
Clear
just
as
say
day.
something right now? We had a hearing before.
Yeah.
All the emails come into my office. Anybody can contact any of us, and it's put into public record.
What if you don't have those?
Everybody can be
What if
heard.
you're not
okay?
an
Because you're
email
sitting
savvy
there
individual?
grandstanding,
Listen,
but everybody's
listen,
available.
I don't want to argue.
Listen, everybody, with the exception of the governor's opinion of residents of the Bronx, everybody is, email savvy individuals. And you know what? In all due respect, we do have evening meetings. We do have day meetings. We try and do a balance of it. We appreciate your feedback. That it's easier for you to come to a night meeting. We haven't seen you. We haven't seen you in any night meetings. But like I said, maybe hopefully you'll be able to come. But if you want to testify and you can't come on this day because you can't get off from work, you can submit something in email and writing. We'll make it part of the record.
No, I think I'll find a way.
Okay. Thank you so much. Anybody else wishes to be heard on the administrative calendar? Please join us at the mid-located microphone. Name and address. Thank you.
Diane Madden, Hempstead. Item 21 and 43, please.
21? Was that the first one?
21, yeah.
Yeah, you were here before. It's for the contracts of the veterinarian services. Is that correct, Commissioner?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Look, I think it's wonderful that the town puts aside a lot of money for veterinary care. What I think can be done better is what I've suggested many times, to hire an on-site expert veterinarian. Apparently 2 are not enough, or they're not covering the hours needed. I think that there are many more cost-effective ways to address the medical issues at the animal shelter. More importantly, I do hope the town is just as eager to review that privatization bid as they were these contracts. Now, item number 43, please.
Item number 43 is for TNR trap rentals. People will leave a deposit of $80 when they pick up a trap, and then they'll trap the animal on their own. These are people from 2018 to 21 that haven't returned the trap. So at this point, we're assuming that they're keeping it or whatever, so we're just going to move on from that.
Can you please tell me, it says the money will be transferred from where, please?
Well, when we take a deposit from somebody, we leave it in whatever account. I'm not quite sure where the account is, but we leave the money in that location. It's all, for accounting purposes, and it's in a separate fund. And at this point now, we're going to let them keep the trap, and the town will put the money into the general fund or wherever it goes. I don't actually know.
The account is completely separate. And the reason I ask is because I've tried to get an account number for Tales of Hope, but apparently I have not gotten that.
Tales of Hope is completely not part of this.
It's different than the Tales of Hope?
This is just the town hold. It's a deposit, like businesses would hold a deposit.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Marino. I also want to add that I did advise at one point to take a look at agencies that are expert in this and that can dispatch and knock down that list that I believe is still a year long for some residents. There's Animal Lifeline, there's Save a Stray. There are many people that are expert in handling TNR. To my knowledge, I don't believe you have one full-time person overseeing this. So yes, it probably is a fact that since 2018, no one has really kept up with that. That's many years. So once again, my first recommendation is to look at the bid. And secondly, take a look at some of the organizations. I know that there was someone that obstructed the view to bring in an expert, and as opposed to that, bring in an individual they had to train. But I think it's a lot more cost effective to have someone that knows, well, first of all, has no problem staying out in a thunderstorm for a cat that they need to trap, and also can manage a little bit better. Thank you.
All right, I have any other slips? I have any other hands? With that, may I please have a motion on the administrative calendar?
I move that the board accepts the administrative calendar.
Second. Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Guzman.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
Okay. May a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye.
Councilwoman Ryder.
Aye.
All right. Now that the formal portion of the board is over, we will now remain to listen to the residents, and we'll start off with Ms. Merriday. And everybody comes up, please join us at the mid-located microphone. Thank you. And your name and address.
I appreciate this being called a mid-level microphone. Even though the town is not required to have a disparity study, they are strongly encouraged to work to support the constitutionality of a local government's MWBE program. What exactly is the MWBE program? And I always include SDV, Service Disabled Veteran and Veteran-Owned Business Program, if there just one does not exist. And I know you say this is not question and answer, and it's all good, because some days you kind of pick and choose who you want to talk to. I know you're handling your business there, so I'm just waxing poetic. But I am concerned because I believe Councilman Carini mentioned that he had emails and things like that were going to be included with the development report, and it's always nice to see my representative leaving when I'm speaking, so that just seems to keep going on. But Newsday had a gas station project approval notification in the May 15th issue, and residents in the southern part of Baldwin, since we got split in half with the last gerrymandered map, they reached out, according to Newsday, not me, because you say you have all the real news and anybody who stands here gives fake news, that Councilwoman Ryder did not respond to those residents, and they were not advised that there was the last meeting when the zoning changes. So when we come to this body to ask about the information and being advised about what's taking place, what are we supposed to say when you discount what we say, but then it shows up in Newsday? Secondly, the room for recreation. I am very disappointed, and I'm trying to be calm because it's been a long day, seeing hundreds of veterans and their families passing through the armory to get supplies to hopefully sustain them for another couple of months, because they're living in their cars or the basements or in the streets of the town of Hempstead. But we can set up recreation in a facility that could have been used for housing, that could have been used to provide some jobs and opportunities for our veterans and a safety net for their families and young people. Drive through Island Park, and you see the Long Beach Motel that has ivy running through it and probably rodents inside of it. So again, what does that speak to? But I'm glad that we can now codify election processes and talk about backroom deals from the state and New York City, when just yesterday, and we have an upcoming cricket match, which is going to be another hot mess that's going to impact town residents, and the return and the investment is going to be minimal compared to the strain and the fiscal dilemma that's going to impact, yes, our police officers and the local residents. So I'm appalled. But don't worry. The state and federal government, they're going to have a backroom deal and also an investigation.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Maraday. Next, I have Kiani Exilas. I hope I said it correctly, and I apologize if I didn't. Good morning. If you give your name and address for the record.
Good morning. It's Kiani Exlis. I'm a
Okay, all right.
got it correct, kind of a resident of Lakeview. I just wanted to first thank the town and Councilman Ryder for improvements to our park and pool and her support during our community cleanup. The Civic Association keeps us updated with all the updates, and I wanted to come down and speak specifically about the roads in Lakeview. I know the utility company is responsible for repaving after they completed their work. However, there are some town roads that have potholes and in need of repair that were not caused by the utility company. They're on Pine Brook, near Christopher Court, Orlando Avenue, the entire of Champlain Avenue, and parts of Otsego Road. So if we can look into the repavement and the repair of that roads, especially with the water main break that happened yesterday on Champlain, if we could just take a look into the repairment and the repavements of these roads. Thank you.
What I'm going to ask you, I know my engineering commissioner and deputy commissioner and the highway department commissioner back there, maybe that you could talk to them for a couple just to go over those streets again. So while they're here, is that okay?
Yep. Can you just point them out?
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All righty. Next, I have Diane. Good morning. Name and address.
Diane Madden, Hempstead. I'm here specifically to talk about that privatization bid that came in. I was present at the opening, and I was really delighted to see that it was the same bid that came in about a year and a half ago that I thought at that time should have received a lot more consideration. I understood there were some people appointed at that time, and they needed the opportunity to see what can be done. But I cannot stress strongly enough and urge this board to take a look at this bid personally and not just rely on, I'm not sure who will be overlooking this bid, but it shouldn't be the people that have really no incentive to privatize the operations at the animal shelter. You have to understand that it's really not one or the other when you privatize. It's a public-private partnership, meaning that you allow a private organization to oversee certain aspects of the animal shelter. And I think this board, based on a number of issues, especially taxpayer money, should be looking at any entity that is reputable and that can find cost-effective ways to even better run the animal shelter. Again, I reviewed that first bid, which should have been closely to this bid because it's the same organization, and I was very impressed with not only the resources that they have, but the people that their colleagues are highly reputable. They have a considerable amount of money. I think that if the town put this bid out and they don't sit down with these people and this board doesn't, I think that would be very disingenuous because I believe that they can really do a great job. And I think that in the same way other people have had opportunities, they would deserve that same opportunity. If nothing else, for the sake of the taxpayers. Because again, to increase a budget by $1 million for veterinary services when you can hire veterinarians for a lot less than that would be on staff 24 hours, that would be a tremendous savings. But the town was not apparently willing to do those few simple things for whatever reason. So I think this is a grand opportunity. I'm told that other animal shelters may be looking at this opportunity. So I urge this board to again personally review that bid. And I assure you that I know and I'm aware, I reviewed it, some of the colleagues of this person and they are highly reputable. I would be the first one to advise the board to pass on this bid. Instead, I urge you to take a look at it. I also feel strongly that whoever is initially taking a look at it should not be the same exact people that did so before. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Madden. Appreciate the feedback on that.
Thank you.
Next, I have Latanya Carter. How you doing? Name and address, please. Thank you.
Hey, Latea Carter, Lakeview. I reside in Lakeview. Hi, everyone. I just came up here to say thank you, thank you, thank you. My fellow resident from Lakeview already said thank you for the park repairs, but we really also appreciated the quality of life coming out and doing the Peace Garden as well. As you guys know, Woodfield Road stretches through our whole town, our hamlet, and Peace Garden is a really large part of it. And it was not up to date. It was not looking good at all. But they came and they put mulch down. They did all kind of shrubbery. They did the shrubbery. They did mulching inside the garden as well. So it looks beautiful. And I just wanted to say thank you.
Thanks. You know, no, I'll tell you right now, I appreciate that. And the crew does a really nice job. They're, you know, nice young men and women. And I'll promise you, I will relay your appreciation and thanks to them. I will, because they do a good job. All right. Thank you. Next, I have Chris Brown. Good morning. Your name and address for the record.
Good morning, Supervisor, members of the board. Christian Brown, McLaughlin and Stern, 1122 Franklin Avenue, Garden City. As you know, I represent the owners of the Capri Motel, and I'm just commenting for the record. I know there's no stenographer here, but perhaps the clerk could make a notation that we're making our final comments before this board on your decisions. Was number 13 and 14 on the calendar today. The first one was to adopt a negative declaration under pursuant to SECRA on behalf of the owners of the motel. We object to the town's SECRA review. We believe it's inadequate as a matter of law because there's no proposed project, only a concept. It says indoor recreation. Your own SECRA form contains a notation that says that it's simply an idea. There's no actual plan, and therefore there's no way that the town could properly complete a SECRA review since we don't know anything about what this recreation center will entail, how large it will be, how many people will attend it, what kind of parking facilities it will have. And without that kind of basic information on the proposed development, you cannot possibly comply with the SECRA requirements, and therefore we object to the town's SECRA determination. And for similar reasons, on number 14, which is your adoption of the findings that would see the town move forward with the condemnation, we again object. We object on public purpose grounds for similar reasons. Well, yes, the town has now stated by using the term indoor recreation center a general sort of public purpose. Because there's nothing beyond those words, it's simply just words on a page, but no actual plan. We object on the grounds that that is not adequate. It doesn't identify a true public purpose. It's just a way to get around the fact that the town wishes to remove this privately owned, lawfully operated motel and take the property and dispose of the property for some other, later to be determined use. So for those reasons, we object. We want to preserve our objections for the record. And again, I'd ask the clerk to note that we appeared here today and made those objections. Thank you.
Mr. Brown, you're an attorney, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you appeared in front of the town board numerous times, right?
That's correct.
Okay, you recognize there's been a decision calendar where the decision's been made, correct?
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay, and you're okay. I just want to make sure that you're consistent, and so the record's been done. It's not going to be part of the record. Your comments in the administrative portion is over, and this is the public comment. So you recognize that, and you understand that, correct?
I understand.
Okay, good, great, thank you. And so I just want to be clear that I don't want your client to think that you were making it during the record. You know the decision. You've been here numerous times. You've done lots of presentations here, so it's not part of the record. So I don't want you to then say to the town clerk, make it part of the record, because the town clerk's going to follow her legal obligation and do exactly what she's done in accordance with the law and at other hearings that you have been here numerous times. Is that fair to say?
I'm just simply making our position known to the town board.
No, I know your position, but you actually then directed the town clerk to do something that the town clerk's not going to do because she's not authorized to do that.
I didn't direct, I just wanted it noted that we
I appreciate that.
today. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else? Thank you so much. I don't have any other slips. Anybody else wish to be heard that didn't sign in? Then I'd say happy Memorial Day to everybody here. Have a great weekend and God bless America.
Judge, you did all right, Judge? You think do we make muster? Do we pass muster?
Yeah, I meant to suggest that there should be